What's good, y'all? Dr. Trehunna. So if you've been following me for some time, you probably heard me say, yo, I need you to kick the sugar habit if you want to lose weight, right? But now you possibly associate you eating a lot of sugar for you having weight problems, okay? So today, what we're gonna cover is why sugar's not making you fat, right? Fat doesn't make you fat, but what these things do make you fat, if that make any sense, all right? So what do I mean by that? So when you give your body a lot of sugar, right, what's going to happen is you're going to crave more sugar, okay? That's the main reason why if you see in the food supply chain or majority of the foods that you pick up from the store, it has a lot of sugar in it. Why? So back in the day, let's say we go back to 400 BC or 300 BC when, you didn't have processed foods, right? The only time we can get some sugar, or our ancestors or our predecessors can get some sugar, was when there was fruit. And guess what? Fruit had to be in season back in the day. Okay? So think about it. You can only get some fruit spring to summertime, which means that consists of 5 to 6 months out the year. That's it. Okay? Fast forward to our generation, you go into a store and fruit is ubiquitous. You can go and get some fruit from Tropical Smoothie. You can go ahead and get some fruit from Smoothie King or get a smoothie, or you can get whatever you want and all the sugary beverages that you want from the store nowadays, okay? So the main reason why food manufacturers and food scientists add sugar into everything, because your body knows there's already an innate response that want us to crave sugar, because we already knew that back in the day, you wasn't able to get as much sugar, all right? But that is a problem in our generation, because now we can get sugar anytime we desire, okay? So what sugar innately does in the human body is gonna make you want to consume more, because you're not giving your body any really nutrients, okay? You're giving your body a lot of excess empty calories, okay? So, and just so you have more background, if something is bitter, that means 9 times out of 10, it could be poisonous to you. It could be poisonous for you to continue to consume a lot of it, okay? If something was sweet, your body already knows it's good to go. You can have this anytime you want to. It's gonna have some vitamins and minerals in it, because once again, the only things that you can eat that was sweet back in the day was fruit, okay? But now, fast forward to our generation, we have crazy stuff such as Nature's Valley, you know what I'm saying? Baked goods. We also got things like Hamburger Helper. Now we got breads, okay? Now we got these amazing Belvitas. Everybody know about Belvita, you know? And because this is the case, we're just eating a whole lot of sugar a day, a whole lot of empty calories a day. So today, what we're gonna talk about are the things that you need to pay attention to so you can kick the sugar habit. And the main reason why, once again, sugar within itself is not getting you fat, is what it's making you do, which is you're over consuming food, okay? Now, when you're eating a lot of food, or when you're just eating in general, the whole purpose of eating is for you to gain weight, okay? Back in the day, we had to do a lot of feast and famine, which means what? If we're a couple and I didn't catch a deer, or I didn't catch a bison or something, we was gonna go 3 or 4 days without any food, all right? At all, because we don't even have the choice, okay? We had to actually go forage for food. Now, we can get some food with a press of a button. We can go to the grocery store and get whatever we desire. We can go to convenience stores. There's always food prevalent, okay? The main problem with today's society is majority of the foods that we consume are processed foods. And what are processed foods? These are foods that did not come from the earth, okay? Somebody had to create it in a lab, okay? Once again, Hamburger Helper does not exist, right? I never seen a bread tree before. You see what I'm saying? I never seen a Fruity Pebbles bush, okay? So what we're gonna see, or what I'm gonna show y'all literally today, is like little things that you need to pay attention to, and why processed foods is the main issue. This is a better version of bread, right? But let's go ahead and look at the ingredient list. So my clients know I always recommend 647 bread for like hamburger buns, etc. So believe it or not, this is the better version of bread. It got 33% fewer calories, quote unquote smart and healthy. It actually got fiber in it, which means what? It's not a high, really glycemic food, which means it's not just nothing but sugar, right? But at the end of the day, if you know anything about bread, bread is literally flour, okay? Whole grain flour, preferably, and water. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at these the ingredients list. It got water, enriched flour. Okay, that's cool. But it also got niacin. It also got reduced iron. It got diamine, mononitrate. It got riboflavin. It got folic acid. It got, long story short, as you can see, it is a whole list of extra things. And the reason why it's like this is because in order for them to process the food, right? In order for them to make the bread, what they literally do is so processed to the point where they have to re-add in all the stuff that naturally comes in bread, okay? They have to re-add it in. So at the end of the day, this bread is better, right? But this is still considered a processed food, okay? And how many grams of sugar it got? It only got 2 grams of sugar. So if it has less than 5 grams of sugar, then that is a better product. But ironically, a lot of people don't know that carbs and sugar is the exact same thing. So let's go ahead and revisit this bread. This bread got 23 grams of carbs, 9 grams of fiber. So 23 minus 9 is what, about 14? Right? So it got 14 grams of carbohydrates. It also got 2 grams of sugar, which means what? A grand total, because carbohydrates and sugar is the exact same thing in the human body. 14 plus 2 is 16. Okay? So just to give you some insight, every 5 grams of carbs equals 1 teaspoon of sugar. All right? Now, would you just ever go about and see your daughter or your son and just give them 4 tablespoons or 4 teaspoons of sugar? No, right? But that's what the foods that you're providing them is doing, the exact same thing, because that's what it is. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I want all my clients to learn how to read a label, okay? Because what is going to happen is when you're consuming a lot of sugar, your body's going to want to overconsume because your blood sugar levels is doing a whole lot of this, okay? It's not stabilized at all. Hence why the days that you notice you probably get your smoothie, or you go to Chick-fil-A, you get your little chicken minis, right? For some odd magical reason, you're hungry 3 to 4 hours later after you just ate. But for some odd reason, the days that you say, you know what, I don't even want any breakfast, you're good to go. You don't even get hungry till your regular lunchtime. There is a reason for that, because your blood sugar is doing a whole lot of this, okay? So what you need to do is get the better version of all the products if you're gonna have some sugar, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and show you another example. So everybody, especially in the Black household, 9 times out of 10, the main starchy carb you're gonna have is what? Some rice, right? So let's go ahead and look at the label for rice, okay? So if you look at rice, it got 210 calories, okay? Once again, if you're my clients, you already know we don't count calories. It got 0 grams of fat, 49 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 0 sugar. Okay, so 0 sugar, right? But here's the funny thing about rice. There's 49 grams of carbs. How many servings do it take for you to have 49 grams of carbs? That is what? A half a cup. How many times have you ever just had a half a cup of rice? That never happens, okay? So there's literally 10 teaspoons of sugar, literally, in just rice. Okay, that's why these foods are really not conducive for you to lose weight. And hence why you notice every single time when you go into your favorite restaurants, right, they give you a lot of rice because it has no value to the rice, okay? It's a whole lot of sugar, a whole lot of carbs, right? And it's not gonna do nothing for you to be full. It's not gonna help you be satiated because that all stems from what? Protein, if you know that, all right? So sugar within itself is not gonna make you fat. It's just gonna cause a lot of problems for you, such as it's gonna start making your arteries a little bit more thicker, right? It's gonna regulate your blood pressure, right? It's also gonna give you an incidence or give you more chances to have diabetes, right? It's gonna promote inflammatory, which means what? It's gonna make your body retain a little bit more fluid, which means what? You're gonna see the scale go up, you're gonna get a little bit more discouraged because you don't see the scale drop in your favor. So there's a lot of reasons why sugar's not good for you, and the main reason of it all, it just makes you literally overconsume calories, okay? So in order for a human body to gain weight, if you have any places on your body where you're not too fond of, that's just your body letting you know, hey, at one point in time, you made me overeat. Okay? So because you made me overeat, that excess energy that you provided to me, I'm gonna store it. That's how your body works. Your body's not stupid, because once again, if there was feasts and there was famines and you had to go 4 or 5 days without food, who's gonna last longer? Somebody that's 120 pounds or somebody that's 130 pounds? technically this person that's 130 pounds. Why? You got more body fat than a person that's 120. So that's how your body is working, okay? It's working off an old system in a new generation. Now your body is saying, oh, okay, we got all this food, and you, because you was taught to eat 3 to 5 times a day, and majority of the times you're eating, you're having little snacks like Belvita that got 36 grams of carbs and 12 grams of sugar, which means it's 48 grams of sugar, which is approximately about 8 to 9 teaspoons of sugar, of just straight sugar, right? Now you're over consuming, right? And now because you're overeating, the extra little calories that you're giving your body is gonna store it as fat. Okay? So sugar by itself doesn't make you gain weight. And you can actually look at studies. There was a dude that had a Twinkie diet, right? All he literally did was ate Twinkies, but because he knew exactly how much calories he gave his body on an average day, and he cut his calories by only giving himself Twinkies, right? Wasn't the healthiest diet. He was still able to lose weight, and all his blood markers actually improved, which means what? It's all about caloric deficit, but I know for 100% fact, that dude, he was starving, right? And he was fighting his demons, for real. Why? Because what is gonna happen is if you give your body a lot of sugar, you're gonna get into a point of time where you're literally hungry and starving because your brain is feeling like it's starving because your blood sugar levels are doing a whole lot of this. It's not stabilized. Okay, so that's why on my program, that's why like low carb diet works. That's why keto diet works, because what they're basically doing is make you switching over from eating a whole lot of sugar to having more fats or more things that's gonna be satiating. And because it's satiating, you're hungry less. But if you're eating nothing but sugar, if you're eating a whole lot of Belvitas and snacks, there's a reason why you can't just eat one chip. There's a reason why you probably get one Belvita, and then later during that day, you probably reaching for that ice cream or you're reaching for some cookies. It's because what sugar does inside the body. But by itself, sugar doesn't make you gain weight. Okay? So if you're somebody that's trying to lose weight, okay, you can go ahead, and what I want you to do is make sure you're having a little bit less sugary things. Have better sources of food. This bread is totally different from the regular ass bread that you can get from the store, okay? But guess what? This bread costs a little bit more because it's better quality, 50 cents to $1 more, okay? These Belvitas, these are like literally 3 years old, okay? I literally do not eat it. And as you can see, there's still more in there, okay? So if you like little snacks and stuff like that, just get a better quality snack. Try to get more protein if you're trying to lose weight, okay? But at the end of the day, should you be afraid of sugar? No, because sugar is not going to quote unquote kill you if you're having it in moderation, okay? As long as your whole diet is not consistent of sugar, just like everything that's literally on this table consists of sugar, you're gonna have no problems, okay? You having it here and there, you having it over the weekends, you're good, okay? But you having it every single day, like the average person is having it, and they're having 3 cups of rice, and they're having one Belvita, and you having some chicken minis, and you're having some Starbucks with the fudge and caramel, that's what's gonna kill you. All right? Hopefully y'all learned something today. And that's your reset tip of the day. It's gonna help you stay snatched all the time, not only summertime. All right?